Hello to all dinosaurs joining us from home. This is not the voice I gave him last time. The hardest all your experience watching internet blood sports. Okay. Well, if you look at there's been research, there's been studies on this. There's been studies on. Okay. What studies then? What studies? Name me out one single study that says what you're saying right now. Several studies. There was one from the Michigan State Class University of fucking entomology that said that in 2016, okay, that pigeons were more likely to eat worms at 6 a.m. Okay, well, that's interesting because I actually looked at that study and you know what it says? It says, you're a fucking retard. That's what it fucking says. It doesn't say that at all. It doesn't say that at all. Guys, I'm the moderator. Can we not call each other fucking retards? Can we have a civilized discussion? Also, there was a third person here. I think we should let him speak. Yeah, guys, I feel like there was another... No, you know what? You know why you haven't been able to speak? Because you don't have anything to say. You don't have anything to add to the conversation, okay? When you come up to the table and you present facts and logic, we can engage in a civilized discussion. But right now, you don't want to engage in a civilized discussion. Okay, as the moderator, I think that person number 3 deserves the right to speak at this table as well. I feel like if they had something to say, they would say it, but there's a reason they're not saying what they're trying to say, okay? I just think that I don't think that guy should be able to speak at all. You know what? Person number 1, actually, I think I kind of agree with you on this, all right? I think person number 3 is now our dedicated target that we will join up on and attack and kill. Guys, as the moderator, I think we kind of lost the discussion. I don't know why we're talking about pigeons. We started talking about pigeons. The original debate was whether or not they should sell the dye in the food that gives you cancer. Well, if you had been listening to my argument, actually, I would have looped around all the way back to that, okay? Because you see the pigeons shitting on the worms or whatever the fuck at 6 a.m. What that has to do with is that's tied into with the government. That's tied into, yeah, academics are saying this. And the pigeons don't eat the cancer dye. And that's why we shouldn't eat the cancer dye either. I think we shouldn't eat the cancer dye because the worms don't eat the red dye. You know what? Here's why you're completely fucking wrong, okay? Here's why you are uneducated on this subject and why you should not open your mouth, okay? We should eat the red dye. Didn't you just say that we shouldn't eat the red dye? No, we should eat the red dye, and here's why. Because of the economy. We have to go back! We have to go back to the good old days, shit! Okay, anyways. I used to love that shit. I feel like that wasn't the greatest example because usually there weren't 3 people speaking. Usually it was 2 people speaking and one person did 90% of the talking because the moderator would not intervene. Oh, 2 out of 5. No references to liberalists. You see, I fancy myself a classical liberal. Don't clip that out of context. It's a reference. Don't clip that out of context. Clip it. Don't clip it. Don't clip it. Don't clip it. Fellas, you think you okay? Now start insulting the moderator for picking sides. They were not picking sides. The only reason that you're even trying to defend person number 3's argument, okay, moderator, is because quite frankly you've been sucking their dick for 5 years because they've got a lot of subscribers on YouTube, and so that's why you're sucking their dick right now on stream. Oh, actually, I don't know this person. We only talked like before the show. The first time I ever talked to them was when we were setting up for this call. That was the first time I ever talked to them. All right, you don't need to be coming after me like that. You don't need to be starting shit with me. I'm just trying to make sure we have a good, healthy discussion here. But you don't want to engage. I forget. Oh God, it's been like fucking 10 years. I don't remember. Like there was like a specific wording. It wasn't like intellectual debate. It was. I don't remember how it was worded. There was so many. He's straw manning. I've got the list of logical fallacies from Paul. You better. Yo. That's you're poisoning the. So you're poisoning the well right now. You're gonna poison the well. You're gonna poison the well with that argument. That's a logical fallacy. EnVtuber, thank you. Okay, first off, it was 3 years. A red herring. That's whataboutism. That's a slippery slope. All right? If you start talking about this, say we have to start talking about this, that's a slippery slope. And what you're doing to me right now is a no true Scotsman fallacy by saying that I can't talk about the thing because it will lead to a slippery slope. Because what you're saying right now is that I'm not educated on what I'm talking about right now. Yeah, you are not participating in a good faith debate. What you're doing right now, that's an ad hominem attack. You are trying to poison the well for the viewers so that they think I don't understand what I'm talking about, but I do. Because I have read the studies. I've read numerous studies on this subject, okay? How many studies have you read? Yeah, that's an appeal to authority. AK Blackfoot, thank you. Something, not as smart as you think you are and being a difficult place for someone to be. Oh yeah, name all the studies. Logical fallacy referee required. Me when I don't understand what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's the fallacy. Yeah, that's a fallacy. All right? By you claiming that something's a fallacy and it not being a fallacy, that's a fallacy. Think about anything. Now accuse your opponent of being a grifter, but chill your podcast and supplements right after. Yeah! I'm gonna shill my water filter! I'm gonna shill my fucking protein tablets! Fucking vitamin supplements! Creatine powder! My throat hurts. Oh, so you think, after the show, everyone will just farm content forever while silently being cool with each other? Yeah. Sorry, guys. I gotta go write some antagonistic tweets before preemptively apologizing over Discord or Skype. I gotta preemptively shoot somebody a DM that says, hey, I know what I'm about to say, but we're actually cool. I hope we can be cool. I know what I said on Twitter, but I hope we're cool. We're cool, right? We're cool. I really think we should hang out at VidCon. It has this place sometimes, but it's mostly tired. I hate all internet debate nowadays. I think all internet debates are cringe and gay and excuse to try and capture somebody in saying something stupid so they can content farm it. Spoiler warnings, I don't think debates were ever about intellectualism. There was nothing worse back in the day than watching somebody you fucking hate say something that you actually thought was like really smart and you're like, wait a minute, this actually like changed my mind on something. And then the entire collective consciousness of the live chat and the moderator and the other guy on the call, like everybody's dogpiling him, calling him like a retard over something completely like unrelated, and you're just like, but wait, actually I want to hear you argue what he's actually saying, because I don't know, I kind of agree with him. I'm curious like what your argument would be for this. It happens outside of debates too. Yeah. Without a spotter. Jill, think you internet debate equals yelling over the other guy and saying you won? The classic tactic of saying, okay, then I won then. Okay, then you agree then. Okay, so you agree. The thing that I'm saying right now, you agree with it. Okay, so we agree. So then you have nothing else to say. So you have nothing else to say then. No, because fundamentally you agree with the foundations of my argument, which means that I was correct all along. You don't have anything else to add at this point. There's nothing else you can say because you agree. You're just like, oh my god. I'm gonna kill myself if I have to listen to this. Who's changing? You recently got a tune-up for my truck. Turns out it hasn't had a tune-up since my parents bought it in 2002. Holy shit. Wait. One last little bit. When they get really smug. And really condescending. No, okay, so you do agree then, because if you don't agree, then that means that the entire foundation of your argument is just complete nothingness, because when you get down to the root of it, what I said is correct, and what you said, quite frankly, doesn't make any sense. You understand that, right? You understand that everything that you just said, it doesn't make... Yeah, smug chuckling. Yeah, so you agree. Yeah.
Everybody, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Low Effort Clips. That's right, Low Effort Clips, right here on YouTube.com. Yeah, and hit the notification bell. Yeah.